Americans are embracing a culture of life, and in July, we are launching a national campaign. We are drawing a line in the sand to say abortions will not be part of this healthcare program. American citizens who are struggling to keep a roof over their head, American citizens who have a hard time keeping and finding a job. It is deplorable that with a $1.8 trillion deficit, this president would want American citizens to pay for abortions. But that's exactly what he wants. Even people who are pro-choice, even people who identify themselves as supporting abortion rights, do not agree that American citizens, Catholics, evangelicals, people of goodwill should pay. So we are here on this day to announce, beginning in July, when Speaker Pelosi and Majority Leader Reid take up the health care debate, we are coming out by the scores to Washington, D.C. to speak out aggressively against taxpayer-funded abortions.
My name's Brandi Swindell, and I'm the co-founder of Generation Life and the founder of Stanton Healthcare, which is a pregnancy center to help teen moms and women with unexpected pregnancies. And I came out here to our nation's capital from Idaho because I wanted to send a strong message to President Obama and remind him that social justice begins in the womb. And for him to even consider using tax dollars to fund abortion is absolutely unthinkable. It diminishes the lives of these babies, it diminishes the dignity of women, and of course it forces people, the American people, to pay for something that they absolutely do not support or believe in. The majority of Americans oppose taxpayer-funded abortions. So this is deeply troubling to see the president considering doing this. He has said that he would do this. He is now known as the abortion president. He's the most abortion president that we have seen so far, even in his first 100 days. So again, I'm out here to send a strong message that the American people, that women, that young people, taxpayers do not support funding of abortion through our tax dollars. Abortion is a grave human rights violation, a grave human rights violation. And to hear President Obama say during his campaign and even now that he believes in human rights around the world, he believes in the dignity of human life, the reality is no, he doesn't, because he supports violence in the womb. He supports the killing of innocent children. What he's doing right now is unbelievably divisive. For him to support the killing of innocent children is horrific, but to take that next step and to force American people, the good American people, to pay for something that is evil, that is violent, that is absolutely horrific, is so unbelievably troubling. So my heart is to come out here to challenge President Obama. I'm going to be a part of the Birmingham Letter Project as well. I consider it an honor to be one of the sponsors of this project because this is very important that we would set the tone and send a strong message that the pro-life community is not going to be silent. We are not going to be silent and let the president push this on the American people.
Amen. Hi, I'm Troy Newman, President of Operation Rescue. I have a brief statement in regards to taxpayer-funded abortions. Number one, Obama is out of step with the American people. No matter which poll you look at, over 50% of Americans are against abortion and would self-identify as pro-life. Over 70% of the American people, and depending again on which poll you look at, it could be upwards of 80% of Americans disagree with using their tax dollars to pay for abortion on demand. This puts President Obama and Congress in a radical, far-left opposition to their constituents. America will not stand to have their taxpayer dollars funding abortion on demand, particularly at this moment when abortion is on a radical decline. In 1991, there were over 2,100 abortion clinics in America. Today, that number is less than 725. The number of abortions has decreased, even though the population of America has increased in the last 18 years. Abortion has decreased by over 400,000 100,000 per year. The number of people that would self-identify themselves as pro-life has increased over 25% or doubled. And so with this administration's radical far-left position to want to pay for abortion with taxpayer funds, and a moment in time when we're experiencing radical trade deficits, increased national debt, we're borrowing 50 cents for every dollar that we're spending. This position is unsustainable, it's unthinkable, and the people, the moral people of America are beginning to rise up. And I'll finish with this statement. My inboxes at operationrescue.org are filled to the brim. Our phones are ringing off the hook. Mr. Obama's radical agenda on abortion is awakening the conservative pro-life people from across the nation. And I would expect here in July to see hundreds, if not thousands of people marching on Washington to tell Congress that they will not tolerate their tax dollars being used to fund abortions.
I'm Pastor Stephan Brodin. I'm here representing the Black pro-life movement in America. I'm a part of a group of pastors who have come to recognize that there is a kind of genocidal holocaust that's taking place in the African American community. That there is an attempt on the part of the abortion industry and on the part of Planned Parenthood to target African American children in a womb lynching prenatal murder scourge that is taking place in our community. Over 1,500 black babies a day are snatched and lynched out of their mother's womb. And we have come here today to announce to this administration that it cannot continue to support, through taxpayer funding, the abortion industry's attempt to depopulate the black community. And we're standing here in agreement with those who are standing behind me that taxpayer funding should not go on in America of abortion and the industry that snatches the lives of babies out of their mother's womb. And so we're here to articulate that the black community is aware of the fact that there has been an attempt on the part of the eugenicists, of Planned Parenthood, of the abortion industry to depopulate the African American community. The populationists or the demographers have identified that it takes about 2.5 babies to replace a family in America. The Hispanic community has about 3.5 kids per family. The white community has 2 kids per family. The black community is at 0.9%. We are being depopulated by the scourge of abortion in our community. Abortion outweighs all other of the pathologies that are taking place in our community, and we are here to stand to call on President Obama and this administration to stop the scourge, to stop the killing, to stop the womb lynching that's going on in our community, the prenatal murder of African American babies, and the scourging and the scarring of African American women's minds, mentality, behind the scourge of abortion. We are witnessing a devastation in our community, and we're calling upon Americans to stand with us. We're calling upon the Christian community to stand with us. We're calling upon men of goodwill, women of goodwill to stand with us, to stand against this attempt to depopulate our community.
We are asking over the next 3 months, thousands to come to Washington, D.C. to stand against President Obama's plan to make every American citizen pay for abortions. How do we know this is his plan? He announced it throughout the campaign, and just last week in President Obama's budget, he proposed lifting a law which would not allow taxpayer money to be used to pay for abortions in Washington, D.C. He's already started. So today we say, let's stand for social justice. President Obama, you are on the wrong side of history. President Obama, you are trampling human rights. President Obama, you are crushing social justice. And we are saying a clear line is being drawn in the sand. We will not stand by silently and allow taxpayer money, public money, which should be used for the needy, for schools, for the broken, for job training, to help people keep a roof over their head. This president does not care about people keeping a roof over their head when he wants millions of dollars to be spent on paying for abortions.
Amen.
So the BirminghamLetterProject.com, stand for life, stand for justice. We invite you, take your summer in D.C. this summer, join us, go to the BirminghamLetterProject.com, and we'll be giving more information about what we are doing.